Okay, good afternoon. So, kamusta ang midterm exam? So, I think most of you passed the midterm examination. So, sa mga wala nakakuha og passing score, so naka may finals. So, pwede pa mo makabawi-bawi. Okay? So, for today, so our topic is about missing side computation. So, it's all related sa traverse computation. So, dili siya na-appeal sa finals na mga topic. So anyway, na sa ta sa finals na ta karon. So what is the missing side computation? So actually there are three cases when you are dealing with the missing side computation. We have case one side or line to be partly or totally unknown. So ito na wala. So unsa ang set of solution diha? Of course, number one, compute the latitude and departure for known sides. So unahon sa itong mga known or mga given na mga sides. Then i-add nimo ang latitude, positive latitude and departure, positive and negative. Then find the difference in the latitude, positive or negative, and the departure, which is the positive or the negative latitude and positive or negative departure of the missing line. Then compute for the direction and distance of the missing line. So we have the formula, di ba? By Pythagorean theorem and the trigonometric functions tangent para makuha ang bearing. So we'll already discussed that sa lesson from traverse, right? Okay, then the last step is to check or compute for the area of the lot kung given ang area. Okay? So kung wala given na area, so no need to compute. Then for case 2, two adjacent sides or lines partly unknown. So for case 2, we have two sub cases. So for A, 3 yata to. 3 di. For case 2, we have directions of both lines missing or unknown and distances are known. So take a look at the figure. So this is the unknown. May broken line ba dito? Okay, so we have here the unknown. Okay, yan. So direction, so kumbaga ang bearing or ang angle is missing pero given ang measurement sa mga distances. So that is case 2A. And for case 2B, distances of both lines are missing or unknown and directions are known. So pwede anipod given ang bearing pero ang measurement sa mga distances ang wala. Or sa case C, direction of one line is known or pwede pod na ang isa ka bearing ani given, ang bearing ani wala, directions unknown, directions ani is given. So that is case 2. So muna pwede siya mahitabo sa per sub cases. So for case 2A, sa buhaton, of course you need to draw the sketch or figure. So i-draw sa nimo kung per point, example is point 1, point 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. For solution, of course, draw the sketch or the figure from the given of known lines. Yan. Then close the figure with an auxiliary line using the known line. So, ano sa'yo pasabot sa auxiliary lines? Okay. Green. Okay. So, this is the yung tawag na auxiliary line. Let's say this is the auxiliary. Yun. Para ma-close tong mga known lines. Okay? Then, solve for the direction and distances. So, using case 1. So, case 1, latitude and departure, kuha rin yung summation, no? Then, kung ang sa difference sa latitude and departure, mo na ang latitude and departure sa auxiliary line. Then, you can compute for the bearing and the distances using Pythagorean and trigonometric functions. Then, so naana mo yung given. Then, look for the triangle formed by the auxiliary line and the missing side. So, dari na lang mag-focus. Kulay yellow. Ito. So, step 4 is, so, kanina lang triangle lang inyong focus. Then, compute for any one interior angle by cosine law. So, by cosine law, pwede nyo i-compute ang maski asa diha na interior angle. Pwedeng diri na side, or diri na side, maski asa diha. Since given naman cosine law or sine law. Then, compute for the other interior angles by sine law. And the third interior angle from the relationship, the summation of interior angle must equal to 180 degrees. Then, compute for the missing directions of the unknown lines. And lastly, recompute for the area of the lot if area is given. Then, for case 2b, distance of ballpoint missing. So, almost the same lang ang solution sa case 2a. You need to draw or sketch the figure from the given of known lines. Then, close the figure with an auxiliary line and the known line and solve for its direction distance by case 1. Then, look for the triangle, form the auxiliary line and missing sides. Then, again, solve for the interior angles using the given directions and the third interior angles from the relationship. Then, solve for the missing distance by sine law. So, halos same lang sa case 2a, no? Then, case 2c, ang nausab lang there is you need to assume two position so that the figure will be closed using an auxiliary line. Then, solve by case 1. Then, again, find the triangle formed by auxiliary line and the missing lines. Then, solve for the interior angle from the given directions and other angle by sine law. Then again, you need to solve for the third interior angles on relationship. The sum of interior angle is equals to 180 degree and solve for the missing distance by sine law, distance or line by sine law. Then solve again for the missing direction using the interior angles and a given direction and compute for the area of the lot. Okay, for case 3, so two non-adjacent lines missing. Okay, for case 3, let's say this is point 1, then point 2, point 3, and point 4, and point 5. Let's say dito. So, let's say point 5 to 1 known, then point 1 to 2 known or given, then 3 and 4, 2 to 3 unknown, 3 to 4 known, and 45 unknowns. So let's say this is unknown or broken line na lang. Also this is unknown. So case 3, two non-adjacent line is missing. So non-adjacent, dili magkasunod. So this is the missing, either the given ang bearing ani, then directions, either directions is given, the distance is unknown, or here the directions is known, the distance is unknown. So for case, we also have three subcases for case 3. So for case 3A, distances of both lines are missing and directions are known. So given ang mga bearing, measurement of distance is unknown. Then case 3B, the directions of both non-adjacent lines are missing, distances are known. So pwede distances are known, directions is unknown. Then for case 3C, direction of one line is missing, but the distance is known, and the distance of the other line is missing, but direction is known. So sa itong mga step solution, so we have here, of course, you need to draw the sketch or the figure from the given lines. Okay, then bring the known lines together. So this is the known lines, bring them together daw. So murag i-offset mo lang. So 0.3 to 4, so you will offset pwede ba ito i-copy? Control C, Control yun, offset mo ganon, parang ganyan. Okay, so maghimo na ning 4 prime. Pero ang distance lang nila dapat parehas, and the bearing sa computation dapat parehas lang, kumbaga identical sila. Then close the known lines with an auxiliary line. Nagyapi auxiliary line. So this would be the auxiliary line para mag-close. And determine its direction and distance by case 1. So compute nyo latitude departure ani na part para makompute niyo ang iyahang latitude and departure, the bearing, and the distance. Then look for the triangle formed by the auxiliary line and missing lines. So these are the missing lines. So kini identical na sila, no? So this would be I think dapat identical po siya dito para ma-close. Yon. So kini ang giingon sa step number 4, look for the triangle formed by the auxiliary lines and the missing lines. Then compute for the interior angles of the triangle using the given direction. So we can compute for the bearing of the auxiliary lines. And the third, interior angle from the relationship, summation of interior angle must be equal to 180 degrees. So makompute nato ang mga interior angles ani, then solve for the missing side or distances by sine law. Then again, recompute for the area of the lot. Okay. Then for case 2B, wait lang. Solution. So let's say this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and 0.6. Okay, let's say given line 1 to 2, direction and bearing, then 2 to 3 given, then let's say 4 to 5 given, then 5 to 6 missing, then 6 to 1 given. Yan. So let's say 3 to 4 is unknown and 5 to 6 is unknown. So given ang mga bearing, distances are unknown. So the solution is, of course, draw a sketch figure, then bring known lines together. So this is the known line. So bring the known lines together. So lipat natin dito. Oh, dito ko sa may point. Wait. Yung mga kuan sa point. Okay. Tigas iyang ulo. So let's say na lang, dili lang siya na kuan. Basta kanina na known line. So ibalhin siya dire. Okay. Anong di man sila mo close. Magbuot sila og sarili nila line. That's plasta. Yun. Yun. Okay. Then again, close the figure again using an auxiliary line. So this is the auxiliary line para ma-close. So known, known, known. So this would be the auxiliary line. And again, solve for its direction and distance by case 1. So close naman siya. We can compute for the value of the directions and distance of the auxiliary line. Then look for the triangle formed by the auxiliary line and missing sides. Okay? So, asan ang triangle diha? So, kanina unknown, we will again move. So, identical siya. Panato siya dire. So, this would be the triangle. No? Always look for the triangle. So, ito na yon. Then again, solve for the any interior angle using cosine law. So, given naman siya. Given ang mga bearing. And other angles by sine law. Then solve for the missing directions using the direction of auxiliary line and interior angles. So again, using the relationship, of the interior angles must be equals to 180 degrees. So from there, you can compute for the bearing and distances the bearing or the directions is unknown, so you can compute for the directions. Okay. Then case 3C, the direction of one line is missing, distance is known, so and the distance of the other line missing, direction is known. So let's say again another traverse here. So this point 1, let's say this is point 2, point 3, then this is point 4, okay, then point 5, and point 6. Okay, let's say point 2 to 3 is known, given, then 3 to 4 known, then 4 to 5 known, then 5 to 6 unknown, and 1 to 2 unknown. So 6 to 1 para mag-adjacent sila. Okay, known. So the unknown is line 5 to 6 and 1 to 2. Okay, so 1 to 2, okay, 1 to 2, the direction is known, distance is unknown. For line 5 to 6, the bearing or the direction is unknown, but the distance is known. Okay, so again, you need to draw or sketch the figure, then bring the known lines together. So known lines, so this is the known lines. So pwede dito or pwede rin dito. Bahala kayo kung asa ninyo pwede ibutang. Then again, close the figure using an auxiliary line. So himo na po mo auxiliary line. Okay. Then look for the triangle form. So pwede na ni kini atong i-move. Yun. So this is now the triangle. Solve by case 1, then look for the form with auxiliary line and missing sides. Then solve for the interior angles. So this triangle. Then solve for the missing distance and directions of the missing. And from there, you can compute for the missing data. Okay, so let's have some example. So for this example, the case is case 1. One side or line to be partly or totally unknown. So this is the one side. So unknown iyang bearing and distance. So dali lang siya. Okay, you only have to compute the latitude and departure of the known sides. So then find the difference, compute the directions and distance. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so we'll compute the latitude and departure. latitude, departure. So how we compute the latitude? So latitude is the distance times cosine of the bearing. So line A to B, 733.75 times cosine of 76 degrees 18 minutes. That is 173.78 meters positive. Okay, BC 598.23 times cosine of 23 degrees 20 minutes, 549. 549.30. Then CD 415.05 times cosine of 61 degree 35 minutes. That is 197.51. Since nasa south, negative 197.51. Then ang isa is 511.38 times cosine of 57 degrees 278.52. Then ang isa negative is south 25.06 times cosine of 32 degrees 45 minutes. So kindly double check no answer. Then for departure, 733.75 times sine of 76 degrees 18 minutes. So 712.87 positive kay naman sa east. Okay, 733.75 times sine of pa-double check na lang no kasi na mali. 549 next BC 598.23 times sine of 23 degrees 20 minutes. So west negative 236.95. Okay. Okay, so ayan na na-compute na nato tanan. So we will just sum kuha nato ang summation sa latitude and departure. So 173.78 plus 549.3 minus 197.51 plus 278.52 minus 332.26 equals 471.83. Okay, then ang isa is 712.87 minus 236.95 minus 365.04 minus 428.88 minus 213.72. So negative 531.72. So para ma-balance ni, so the latitude of line FA, so 471.83, so that would be negative. Then ang isa is negative, so positive 0.72. Okay, so muna ni ang latitude and departure. So we will compute for the distance. Distance of the unknown FA. So using Pythagorean theorem. So that is would be square root of the square of the latitude plus the square of the departure. So 471.83 square plus 531.72 square equals, okay, so distance d square root of 471.83 plus 531.72 equals to 710 710.88, okay, 88 meters. And for the bearing, uh, bearing is equals to tangent, inverse tangent of the departure over latitude. Departure is negative 531, wait lang, 531.72 divided by 471.88. So this is negative. So 0.72 divided by 0.83. Shift tan 48 degrees 24 25. So direction would be positive, negative di ay ang kuan. So south, ang latitude is negative, so south. Then departure is positive, so east. Okay. So let's check. So try nato to ano para ma-double check. Asa na to? View kung tutugma, no? So point A to B 76 is, so let's say this is point A, northeast, B to C, northwest. So dito dapat north to east. Okay, this is point A, this is point B. B to C is 23. So let's say diri ang B. Point C. Then ang isa is southwest. So pababa ang D. 405. So this is D. 61. So this is point D. Then D to E northwest. 57, 500. Okay, so this is point E. Then E to F is southwest, 395. So let's say siya. Okay, so this is F. Then F to A, the bearing south 48, 25 southeast. So southeast. So let's assume. So dapat diri ini, no? 710.88. Okay, so let's this is line D to A para mag Hoagie's heart. Hoagie's heart. Dun, 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 dun. Yun. So heart day siya. Okay. So tama tong computation sa bearing 4025 and 710.83. Okay. Next problem number 2. Saan eh? Okay. View. Okay. So sa solution, so unsa na siya na case? Case 2, ka-adjacent man tong duha ka line 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So this problem is an example of case 2C. No? Direction of one line is known, distance is unknown, then distance of the second line is known, but direction is unknown. Okay. So for the solution, you need to draw or sketch the figure. So mag-una sa point 1. Okay. So TP is murag type point na ni or benchmark, no. Murag pampagulo lang siya sa given. Okay, draw. Point 1, south 32.42 degrees. So di na kabalo, so magsugod ta sa line 3 to 4 na lang. North 43.54 northwest. So let's say this is line 3, northwest 43.44. Distance is 8, so very short. So that is line 4. Okay. Sino ka problema sa Okay, then 4 to 5 north east 3165.49, so medyo taas-taas. Let's say this is line 5, 31 degrees. Okay, Okay. Yan. 4 to 5. Then 5 to 1 is southeast. So southeast 46, 32.41. Okay. 46. Sobra gamay, no? Let's say dito. So that is line 1. Then TP to 1 is southwest 27. So murag 62. Murag na diri ang TP. Pang tie up or the benchmark reference line. Okay. Yan. So ang isa is line 1 to 2 bearing given is southwest 32.42. So there is an apart maybe. Or pwede po siya dire, no? Then ang isa is 24.32. So 24 pwede siya dire, pwede po siya dito o mas kasa dire, no? So let's say na lang na this is 0.2. Or pwede po siya dire na 0.2. As long as masatisfy ang bearing sa 0.1 to 2. So let's say yan. So let's say na dire ang 0.2. Or pwede po dire ang 0.2. Okay? Okay, then we will draw the auxiliary line. So this would be the auxiliary line. Okay. Yan. Then let's compute for the latitude and departure of the known lines. Okay. So nakapitan na ako ang uban value. So ang isa is east, so positive 33.96. Then ang isa is east positive, that is 23.45. Okay. Mag-insert sa tag arrows down. Okay, for the auxiliary line, aux. So, sum up lang na to, 6.13 plus 56 minus 37. So, ang iyahang latitude, so positive ang gawa, so mahimo siyang negative. Then, ang isa is negative 5.9 plus 33.96 plus 23.45. Positive, so mahimo gaya pang siya negative. So this is the auxiliary. Yan. So kung ano to ang iyahang bearing of the auxiliary line. So bearing so that is 51.51 divided by 10.76 verse tan, that is 52.20. So negative negative, so southwest 52 degrees 20 minutes. So dito sa auxiliary line lang niya. Then ang iyang distance is square root of 39 point square of 76 plus 51.51 square root of answer 65.07 meters. Okay, so this would be the bearing. Change the color. So this is the bearing of the auxiliary line. So that is 52. Then we also know the bearing of the line 1 to 2, which is 32, no? So this is 32 degrees. Okay, bearing. This is 32 degrees and 42 minutes. Okay, southwest. Then this angle, let's say angle alpha, the bearing of the auxiliary line minus 32.42. So alpha would be 52 degrees 20 minutes minus 32 degrees 42 minutes. So that is equals to 19 degrees 38. So meron tayong isang integer angle. Then given din naman tong distance na to, that is 65.07 meters. So just concentrate sa triangle. Okay. Then using sine law, so let's say this angle here using sine law. So given man to na distance, that is equals to 2 to 3 24.32 meters. Okay, we can compute for this angle using sine law. So sine of this angle theta divided by distance 65.07 must be equals to the sine of the alpha, (1938), then divided by a distance of 65 and 24.32. So from here we can solve for the value of theta. So inverse sine. So sine of 19.38 divided by 24.32 times 5.07. So theta would be 64 degrees and 2 minutes. Okay, then compute for this angle again. So let's denote this as P. So using the relationship, P plus theta of 64 degrees 2 minutes plus alpha of 19 degrees 38 must be equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so from there we can compute the value of P, which is equals to 96 degree and 20 minutes. Okay, so from there we can now compute for the distance or the distance of line 1 to 2 and the bearing of 2 to 3. So using sine law, distance 1 to 2, say line 1 to 2, sine of what? This angle, no? Kindly review lang tong mga sine and cosine law, no? 96 degrees, 64, this P, 96, sorry. 96 and 20 must be equals to, so given or pwede pa kining isa, 24.32 divided by alpha, sine of alpha, 19.38. So distance 1 to 2, 24.32 divided by sine of 19, 38 minutes times sine of 96, 20 minutes. So that is equals to 71.94 meters. So distance 1 to 2. Okay, then for the bearing of 2 to 3. Okay, so this is 32.42, that is P. So this is also equals to 32.42. Then this is 64 degrees 2 minutes. So for the bearing of 2 to 3, so theta 64 degrees minus 32.42. So this angle is also same with this angle, no? By trigonometric functions. So the bearing of 2 to 3 is equals to 64.2, 64.2 minus 32.42, that is 31 degrees and 20 minutes. Tama ba? Tama, 31:20. So the direction would be, so since nasa north, northwest. Okay. So that is the unknown. So kung given ang area, so you can check na lang, no, using DMD, coordinates, or DPD method. Okay. So since wala may given na area, so no need to check na to ang area. Kaya wala man si given. So that's it. So let's try again to have some examples next meeting if kaya pa, no. So that's all muna for today. So any questions so far? So kung wala, see you na lang again next meeting. And that's all muna for today. And so goodbye and have a good day.